Welcome back to Game Chambers. I'm Chris, and we are back with Wrath of the Righteous, the Pathfinder RPG by Owlcat Games. Now, last time we decided to fix the Wardstone, I suppose. We didn't destroy it, and we received our first level of Mythic Power. So we now have a Mythic level across the board for everybody. So we're going to see what our options are. I've not done any research into this, and I believe it's very different to the 6 Mythic Paths from the original, that's cool, the original pen and paper Mythic rules, which the original Mythic rules were fairly busted and needed a fair bit of modification to be playable. And shout out to the Legendary Games guys, they did a Mythic expansion that was a lot better and it cleaned up a lot of those rules. So let's have a look here. So our only option at the moment is Mythic Hero, and we will go into the Azata pathway, I think, at the moment. But we'll see what else we unlock. So we'll select Mythic Hero. So we can do amazing feats of courage in the face of overwhelming odds. Yeah, most statistics are comparable to a non-mythic character of an equal level. And we get special mythic abilities. Okay, well, let's see what we can get here. So this is just your standard mythic progression, I suppose. Well, that's a bit pointless. First Ascension. Well, let's just see what we get the options of. Okay, First Ascension. So here we go. We got. Oh, let's get rid of that. Okay, it's just going to hide over there. So we have an option for a bit of fun. So we get our power from chaos that lets us make copies of ourselves. Is that what this is? We get +3 bonus to all skill checks, and we can summon a Will-O-Wisp for 1 minute. Okay. Cool. Close to the Abyss. Well, this is not going to be an Emerylda thing. Yeah, we definitely don't want that. Close to Heavens. This could be something for us to do. Gain their power from good. You can unleash a ray of heavenly light, targeting ally or foe with a ranged touch attack, and it heals. Okay, cool. Heals or damages. 3 times per day. That's actually pretty good. That must be the Heaven's Breath, is that? I don't know, they gain acid. Okay, this looks pretty good. Summon a Spirit Paladin. Well, we've already got some Spirit ability, so this is looking like where we want to go for Emerylda. Dance Macabre, well, that's definitely not going to be it. Force Reality, get power from Law. An Instrument of Freedom. Okay, this could work too. What do we got? So if we draw our power from, the characters that draw their power from freedom gain the ability to unleash a bolt of energy from Elysium itself. So it damages enemies and charges allies with extra holy damage. Freedom's Child gives energy resistance to electricity and +4 to my own affecting, and lets us summon a Azata Brelani. I think so. Sort of a little bit at odds here. I think the Azata path sounded more like Emerylda, but she's more of a healer than using it for boost people's damage. Would that be right? Do you get better resistances from close to Heavens? I wonder if this locks me into the Angel or Azata path. That I'm not sure about. So how long does this last for? So it charges your attacks for 2+ mythic rank rounds, and they do 2d6 extra holy damage on here. That's probably not bad, actually. The saving throws would be really good. And an Azata Brelani. I don't remember which one the Brelani is. It's probably equivalent to a Paladin anyway. We're going to go Instrument of Freedom. Okay, here we go. Mythic Abilities. How many have we got? Ascendant Summons. Well, that's probably where we're going to go. Boundless Healing. There's a lot of options in here, isn't there? Okay, there's a lot of options. I'm not going to read through all of them, but So abundant casting, that's really good. Wow. 4 more spells of 1st, 2nd and 3rd ranks. That's probably going to be a must-have at some point. Ascendant Elemental, what's this? Okay, hopefully we can get that on Ember. Ascendant Summons. So we probably want that one. Make our summons better. It's more of a combat one. Boundless Healing. It becomes Reach. That's also quite useful. What else do we have in here that might be good for us? That's not too bad either, being able to teleport to people and heal them. Enduring spells, effects that should last longer than an hour but shorter than 24 hours, now last 24 hours. What's this? Greater enduring spells. Should last longer than 5 minutes, last 20. Oh, wow, okay, that's also really powerful. So we probably want this enduring spells, we probably want this abundant casting. Oh, maybe it's only 1st, 2nd and 3rd. We definitely want Ascendant Summons. We might want Boundless Healing. A few different things here that we're going to want. Magic Nullification. No. Rupture Restraints? No, maybe not. Second Spirit. You gain 1 more Spirit Shaman. 1 more Shaman Spirit. That's interesting. So we could permanently have the Nature Spirit. Do we want a 3rd Spirit? You've already got the Wandering Spirit. I think it'd be the hexes that are available. So that'd be the only reason to go with another one of these for one of those additional hexes. But I just don't know enough at the moment. Okay, so maybe Flame would be alright. I don't know what Flame Curse does, but it's probably got something to do. Here we go. Vulnerable to fire. Fire immunity resistance to supply as normal. So that could synergize quite well with Ember if I was to go that way. Now, that's an interesting option. And these look like all combat ones. For now, though... let's go Ascendant Summons, because we're starting to get more powerful and we want... And now we're going to start to fight mythic foes, we want our summons to actually be useful. Okay. Now, do you guys get... You should choose which mythic path you're going to follow. There are no wrong choices. Interesting. I assume I get to pick a proper other path later on. Okay, well, so what are we in here? Who am I on here? Okay, so this is Sealer. So she's going to get a Mythic Abilities. Okay, well that's cool, so we still get the abilities. Alright, so Abundant Smite. Equal to half your Mythic rank, so it's going to get a 1 more Smite, assuming that it rounds up. Might be one to pick up a little bit later, because usually you round down in Pathfinder. So it doesn't seem very useful at the moment. What's this? Brutality? No, that's natural attacks. That looks pretty good. Cleaving Shots, but we're looking at Domain Zealot. No. Emergency Help could be handy for her to get her into position. Inspirational Leader, what's this? Gain a bonus equal to half your mythic rank plus 1 to initiative saving throws against mind, affecting concentration. For 2 rounds you may become immune to damage that will make you unconscious. That could be a handy one to have too. Yeah, maybe. Mythic Charge. That's not too bad. For Shadow. Shadow spells are 20% more real. Could be good for Nenio if she had some more Shadow abilities. Thundering Blows. What's this? That's per round when your melee attack misses. You deal 2d6 plus d6 per 2 mythic ranks to all enemies in a 10-foot radius. That's kind of cool too. Return, you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls up to a maximum +10. Okay, that one. Unstoppable, 100%. That is going to be good for... is it? She's going to be immune. She's not immune to paralysis. She's immune to disease, which is what generally would cause these. And she's also immune to fear effects. So maybe that's not that great on a paladin. She does need more damage, so we either want... Actually, abundant casting's not bad for her too, is it? Because paladin spells are actually quite good and they only go to 4th level. Okay. That's also quite useful, isn't it? I didn't read that one before. So when a spell is cast, you can teleport as a move action to the caster. That would definitely let her get in there. Every time you damage an ally. What? Huh. Okay. Expose vulnerability. No. So last stand, possibly Mythic Charge, possibly Thundering Blows. That's actually pretty good because that's going to do some AoE, and Unrelenting Assault is also pretty good. She's going to make an attack pretty much every turn. And that'll help make it a little bit more relevant. What was Battle Meditation? No, I don't want anything that makes us unable to move. So I think that's what we're going to go. Always a chance. No. The Smite we'll pick up later. It just doesn't seem useful yet. Okay, we're going to go Unrelenting Assault on Sealer. Okay. Now, I saw one in here. Cleaving Shot. Each time you deal critical damage with your ranged weapon attack or reduce the target to 0 points to 0, you deal your weapon damage to all other enemies in 10 feet. So 100% we're taking that on land. Nenyo. Alright, this will be an interesting one. Okay, Archmage Armor could be handy. Again, very minimal effect with only one mythic point. The other one we could do for her... just having a quick look to remind myself. So Elemental Barrage. No. We probably want to go with Abundant Casting. Because she's a wizard, she already has limits on her number of spells per day, so let's just increase them. And now Camellia, I really don't like the idea of you having mythic power, to be completely honest. But, here we are. And we do have to give you something. So, let's go also Unrelenting Assault with you, or Unstoppable actually. Because you're not immune to most of those conditions already, so that would help you. Brutality and Karma, that's natural attacks. There's not really anything else to help with sneak attacks, is there? Not really. Always, no. I think... Well, she's not... Yeah, she will... We're going to go Unstoppable, I think. Just to stop her getting locked down. Now, where was the Ascendant Element? We want Ascendant Element of Fire. The damage of that energy type you deal can no longer be prevented or reduced by resistances or immunities. Okay. She 100% needs that. Because she's all about the fire, and demons are all about being immune or heavily resistant to fire. Now, we don't get anything on our pet here, which is a bit of a shame.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about a companion. Maybe I missed it. I should have probably looked closer for something to bolster animal companions for land. Okay, so let's save it. Who's injured? Just 2 of you? That's a pretty good roll. Doesn't tell me what the role was, but okay. Cool. Well, let's get out of here then. Did we finish this place? We have finished this place. Bunch of brimaracks. Are these masterwork? They are. Thank you. Brimaracks are not masterwork. Okay. Let's see what happens. 8 hours passed, so we must have made our way all the way back to Defender's Heart, I assume. Bit of celebrations at Defender's Heart. Someone's dancing.
Way. Warrior Queen coming through with a round for the heroes. Whoa, the heart is packed. And you considered mixing this little shindig, Beth?
I did consider it, and I am still considering it. It hasn't even been a week since the last demon was booted out of Kenabres.
Yeah, it was actually.
And we really should be in a period of mourning for all the city's fallen. But the people deserve to celebrate, and she deserves to be honored for saving the city and possibly all of Mendev.
We did it together.
But someone did more than the rest of us. Don't deny your achievements. There will always be plenty of miserable folk only too happy to tear you down.
Actually looking forward to the day where the AI speech will actually be able to say your character's name. Hopefully AI speech doesn't take over the entire dialogue and we still get voice actors to do it, but you know, could be good to have AI speech for a couple of things like that.
According to the Watch reports, there has been no demon activity whatsoever outside Kenabres. I get the feeling the fiends are as shocked by what happened as we are. What happened in the garrison, what you did, it was a miracle. I truly believe that the gods remembered us and decided to intervene.
That was especially true on the adventure path. It was literally Iomedae that intervened and granted mythic power to the heroes.
Beth, come on, you agreed. No serious business today.
All right, I'm done. No more. Who would have thought we'd be celebrating a successful attack on the Grey Garrison, our own fortress, and that we'd blow the roof off the place?
Yep, that was probably not the intent there.
It's simply unforgivable.
Okay, who said that?
While we're on the topic of the roof, there's already a rumor going around that you have been blessed by Iomedae herself. And it was her power granted to you that destroyed the garrison's walls and roof. And it turns out the people want a little piece of that blessing for themselves. The townsfolk are gathering chunks of the garrison's rubble as souvenirs and talismans. And I'm sure they'll hit the black market soon enough. Oh, yeah. Here, read on this for me.
She's got a stone. We need all the luck we can get.
Nice. I'll put it on display at home. Or maybe I'll make a hole in it and wear it as a pendant.
It's good that they do still reference Iomedae there, so maybe that is still the case.
Nevi! What are you on about now?
What do you mean? Do you see many people at this table who've been personally blessed by Iomedae herself?
Well, a couple perhaps.
Who is this? Says the same mirthful voice that joined in before.
Iomedae's blessings are not conveyed through stones, and as public officials, we really shouldn't.
Irabeth looks to the end of the table where the voice originated and her eyes widen as the words trail off. Is this going to be Queen Galfrey?
I feel a little chastened after what you said about public officials, but I myself have acquired a few pieces of stone and also wish to ask our hero to breathe on them for good luck. So, what now? Are you going to toss me out of this fine establishment?
The woman dressed in unshowy finery raises her eyebrows.
Your Majesty.
How does the Queen walk into the tavern and nobody notices, and she takes a seat at the end of the table with a bodyguard at that?
Yes, it is I. I made the journey here to deduct the cost of repairing the garrison roof from your salary. We have not been introduced. Galfrey of Mendev.
Okay, so how would Emerylda respond to this situation? We can shake a hand. I didn't expect to see the Queen at our table. I don't think she would go on about an honour. she definitely wouldn't go on about the Queen's beauty. It's a bit bizarre. The bottom one, maybe. But Emerylda's friendly, so I think we'll go to the top one. I didn't expect to see the Queen at our table.
I was most keen to see the savior of Kenabres with my own eyes. Why not come share your table in a cozy tavern?
Your Majesty, we were just... I'll have them arrange.
So how does she get into... Maybe she should have walked in. Feels really weird.
Commander. I deliberately came here without any fanfare because I did not wish to draw attention away from our honored heroine here. My personal guard and the force I brought with me are standing watch outside the city. I ordered all of your sentries to stand down. They also deserve a break. Every person who tirelessly fought to save Kenabres will enjoy themselves today, and my reinforcements will ensure peace and order.
We all need to get some rest. Will you join our celebration, Your Majesty? That sounds more like Emerylda. She's Verisian, so a bit of a party after strife is not unheard of for them.
Please, don't Your Majesty me. We are in a tavern, not my court in Nerosian. Address me as you would any comrade in arms. Concerning the celebration, as you can see, I already invited myself. I couldn't pass up the chance to meet the new heroine all the Crusaders are talking about. And soon, not just Crusaders.
So, I don't think either of these are answers that I would like Emerylda to do, but yeah, I think she would agree that we should be celebrating, but she wouldn't be lamenting the fact the demons are out there. She also wouldn't be saying that we need to rest because she wants to celebrate as well. But we're going to go... I don't know which one we're going to go with. We'll go with this one. Not that that's something that Emerylda would bring up, but because that's our only option. So we are here celebrating while the demons might be planning their next campaign. Yeah, this doesn't fit her. Neither does this. It'd be more something like, let's continue with tonight's celebrations and make our plans tomorrow. Would be an Emerylda response, but yeah, we'll just go with this one.
Because grand new deeds lie ahead, yes?
Your Majesty, my dear cousin.
Who's Darren?
Count, I admit I was surprised to learn that you valiantly joined the ranks of the city's defenders. Pleasantly surprised.
I live to please you, my queen. My first thought when Daskari cruelly robbed us of noble Terendelev and half of Kenabres' crusaders in one fell swoop was of you, my queen, and of how these events would weigh heavily on you. No one could have foreseen the demon attack, and we have so successfully held the defense here for 4 heroic crusades.
This is going to be the 5th one.
I'm going to drown him in the nearest well this very night.
Go right ahead.
I value your dedication and your eloquence. I hope you will continue to aid our soldiers.
Ever the diplomat.
Not a chance. You know that I am not made for the front lines. Excellent bash, but alas, I really must go. Important matters to be getting on with. A new shipment of wine from Keonin and 3 beautiful creatures of the same provenance. But I will most assuredly come to say my farewells before your army departs on its campaign, which, wherever it may lead you, will undoubtedly be crowned with victory.
Yep, go. We don't need you.
I shall hold you to that, Count. And now, allow me to devote some time to the heroine of the evening. I did not come here solely to give you this chance to celebrate, but all serious discussions and official announcements can wait until tomorrow. I have big plans for all of you.
Screen
Especially
smiles.
for you. But I want to keep you in suspense for a little while longer, so I shan't say another word. Let us mark this victory. My first toast is to you, the hero of Kenabres. Now, what are we drinking?
What are we drinking? Well, it's good that they're celebrating. It is an Emerylda thing.
The fires of Kenabres have died down. Now the army's path leads to the walls of Dresden, a fallen citadel that the Crusaders have been trying in vain to reclaim for 70 years. The new piece on the board might give their efforts some added momentum.
So this is the official start of Book 2 of the Adventure Path. So I wonder if they'll end at Book 6 or if they've continued the path beyond that. But that is where Book 1 wraps up of the original Adventure Path, and our Sword of Valor is the name and title of Book 2. What do we have here? Let's... Is that her next to Irabeth, the hero who saved Kenabres? The Queen is coming! The Queen!
Rise, warriors. Today is a day of sorrow and pride. Sorrow because we weep for our brothers and sisters who perished in Kenabres. Pride because despite demonic treachery, our heroes repelled the attack and saved the city. I, Queen Golfrey of Mendev, declare this day the first day of the 5th Crusade. And I am glad to introduce the one who will lead the attack on the forces of the Abyss. The hero of Kenabres, Knight Commander of the 5th Crusade. Your leader from now unto victory or death. And now it's time to rest. Everyone is dismissed.
Everyone return to your orders. Camps. You heard the Queen.
There.
Dismissed.
The troop review is finished. I'll give you some time to look around the camp, and then I shall expect your presence at headquarters.
I didn't really see Emerylda as much of a knight commander, that's for sure. Commander, please allow me to join you while you inspect our encampment. Sure, Irabeth. Alright. What do we have here? We got a Crusader Wizard, a Storyteller, a Nenier. Oh, is there new dialogue for these? I hope we meet oh wow, she wants to meet Discarian Baphomet. Okay, an old elf smiles at you when he hears your footsteps. Allow me to congratulate you on your victory and on acquiring mythical powers capable of casting down the strongest of demons. I got the page you were looking for from the Grey Garrison. The storyteller carefully takes the page from your hands. His fingers touch the ancient letters gently, examining them lightly, following their lines. I see myself, young, energetic, able to see. Oh gods, have I found the key to my past? Finally, I'll find out what my own mind has been hiding from me. The elf's expression becomes withdrawn, the wrinkles on his face soften. Thank you, Emerylda, and please, follow me to my story. Let us embark on this journey together. The storyteller inhales sharply a few times and begins his story. Well, I'm going to regret doing this, aren't I? They are leaving. The people of Keonan faced the coming earthfall and admitted that they were incapable of handling this disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers. All of them hurry to the gate to Sovereign, looking around fearfully. A clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Galarian. I am ashamed, and I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of the catastrophe, but my will is strong. I am staying. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook from a tree bark cover, in case you change your mind. With a heavy sigh, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watch the gate of the Sovereign stone close, separating me from them. It is time for me to go too. I open my master's notebook. These are his notes about travelling between worlds, in case you change your mind. He hopes the burden I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Sovereign. That will never happen. My mouth set stubbornly, I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come. Okay, this is very... So this is talking about Earthfall. This isn't really related to the World Wound. So Galarian originally was inhabited by elves and the Aslanti, and the Aslanti caused Earthfall, I believe, and that's what this is talking about. This was centuries ago. from memory. I don't think Emerylda, again, this is something irrelevant to the current situation. Emerylda lives in the now, in the present. She doesn't really care much for the past and not even really for the future. So I don't think we need to. What happened next? But she is going to listen to him. Earthfall happened at night. I am standing at the top of my tower, many miles to the north of Keonan, and I see a blaze far in the south. I hear a horrible rumble. The air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock rushing down on my world. And then a blow. Vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Golarion and up to the vaults of the sky. Crunching bones, blood from burst vessels filling my eyes with darkness, drowning in timelessness along with countless denizens of Golarion. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I came round, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought, I'm blind. But no, little by little I begin to see the stone wall. I am alive, but why is it so dark? The answer is quick, the smell of ash everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Asland. Great clouds of ash covered the sky, cutting us off from the sun and moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clench my teeth and stand up to watch Earthfall, proudly, like the last Archmage of Keonan should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? So he's an Archmage. No, that will never happen. I am still alive and I can fight Earthfall in the darkness, not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. But what can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from their destruction. What can I do? I am but one Archmage, powerful and weak at the same time. What are you going to do next? I don't know. I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. Without noticing, the storyteller raises his voice to a shout. It is merciless! It does not simply destroy life, it kills an era, ending the greatness of Golarian civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think. The elf suddenly winces and is silent for a few moments as he calms his heavy breathing. Forgive me, I shouldn't have raised my voice. This story was much harder than many before it, most likely because I played the main role in it. It is so strange to see myself, feel the emotions tearing me up inside, to those that I felt a long time ago and not remember them. It's like I split. I became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find other pages covered with ancient elven writings on your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past, and we'll find out how my story ended, and perhaps even why I forgot it. Thank you for your stories. Cool, we'll have to go. So, that could be interesting. They might be planning a Ruins of Asland for the next adventure. Tirablade's tent. So that's another one of the adventure paths. This is mine and Nevia's tent. We're both used to travelling, but the Queen insisted our tent to be furnished like a commanding officer's. Some half plate? What is this? Half plate of Vigor. +2 half plate that gives +2 to Constitution. Where are you? Here we go. So just wearing regular full plate. So that's actually better. More armor class and boosts our con. So that's, we'll use that one. Okay, I think go through. We got a few items in here, don't we? We got Cloak of Resistance +2. We'll look around the camp first and finish our looting, and then we will. From there, we will figure out what we're going to keep and what we're going to use. An Earthbreaker, cool. Basically, a large two-handed hammer used by the barbarian tribes from the Shaman. This massive bed is clean and neatly made. Yeah, only commanding officers get that. Storyteller casting something on himself over there. What's that? Just normal short bow. Hey, recruit. Finally a crusade. It's high time we destroyed the demonic abominations. Okay. With this random weapon rack. You'd think everything that we have would be cold iron, seeing as we're going up against demonic hordes. Okay. Normal crusaders. What's the map look like? Oh yeah, we're just skirting, running around the outskirts here. So make sure we get all the loot. Oh, these are just going to be cold iron masterwork. Okay, so it's actually going to have a little bit of value. Yeah, take all those. Sure, we're just taking anything of value to sell back to you so that we can buy more stuff to help us out. Horses, cool. Oh, that's right, there is mounted combat in this. There's Null and Lan. What are you looking up at the sky for? You think winged demons are about to fall on us? Hey, Emerylda! I was trying to say, the Knight Commander commands the Knights really fast and I almost twisted my tongue. The Knight Commander commands the Knights. Yeah, okay. What have we got? Oh, what have we just triggered here? Darren. Ah, there you are, you dashing troublemaker, you. Darren flashes you a self-satisfied smile. Our short acquaintance is coming to an end. Very soon you will depart on your crusade, where you'll scrape by on horrible rations, struggle vainly to fall asleep amid snoring soldiers, be rudely awakened by the freezing cold, and have to look upon the dour faces of self-righteous prigs before you finally perish in the maw of some demon. I have a journey ahead of me too. I've just rented a sailboat in the south. I've also hired an excellent chef and a host of other entertainments. Well, each to their own, I suppose. Darren pauses, then suddenly adds in a more serious voice. You know, I am genuinely sad to see you go. If it sounds like mockery, forgive me. I cannot switch off my venom gland on a whim, you see. But you intrigue me. If only we could have spent a little more time together, but of course, Darren grimaces, not under these conditions. Let the Crusaders and the demons have at each other. With any luck, they'll take this entire sanctimonious spectacle down with them. Okay. To be blunt, you don't intrigue me, not in a way you obviously had in mind, but you're a valuable companion. Emerylda does not think as such. You know I would like it if you said you intrigue me too. Nope. If you feel you don't belong here, go, but I'd like to see you someday in the future to get to know you better. No, get lost then, I won't miss you. Okay. So there's no polite way of letting him down. It's either I'm going to be polite to him and ask him for further interactions, or I'm going to be rude to him and tell him to get lost. So Emerylda won't miss him. But she's also not going to be rude to him. Like this one, if you feel you don't belong here, go. That's probably it. Cut. End that sentence. She doesn't want to see him again. What's he done to endear himself to, well, to me as a player and to Emerylda as a character? Very little. She wouldn't say no to seeing him again because she's going to be polite. But she's not going to be rude to him to kick him off. And yeah, this one neither. We're going to go with this one, but we're going to cut it after the first sentence. If you feel you don't belong here, go. Victory in Dresden? Your optimism is so charming. Darren smirks, then seems to start slightly. He continues in a more even tone. Well, should you prove lucky enough to survive by some miracle, come and find me. Perhaps I shall even remember you. No promises, though. I think that's the most appropriate outcome. In any case, I intend to wait until the army departs. I do love a good send-off, especially when it is I who is staying and someone else who is heading off to meet a dreary and hopeless end. Sometimes it does one good to ruminate on the unfairness of life. Well then, farewell, Commander. I assume I shall be your most precious memory on this most disgusting and exhausting road to the pointless slaughter of battle. Or, if not the most precious memory, then at least the most stirring. Darren smirks before instantly losing all interest in you, or at least he pretends to. Yeah, get out of here, Darren. Got no interest in you. Oh, what have we got here? Grandma Gretlin, the director. Oh, these are the guys that we saved, and this is Lambkin that they were talking about. So yeah, that's why they were confident in him protecting them, because he's a god. He's a cyclops. A well-dressed old dwarf is lecturing a motley company, shaking her ladle at them belligerently. Noticing you, she flings up her hands. Good afternoon, your commanderness. Do you remember us? We're the crew from the next door theatre company, the one you saved in Kenabres. Probably gives you a reminder there. Back when you weren't using your commanderness yet. As you can see, we've come on the campaign with you. We signed up to clean pots and mend the soldiers' clothes. Keeping up a theatre is expensive, so we all have to take side jobs, but we don't stop what we're doing. We're going to put on a play about your legendary feats. Of course, oh, gonna lose my voice trying to do that. The crowd scenes are difficult. We can't find the people to play the hordes of demons, and we decided against using a ritual to summon real demons. Luckily, we have Master Kem. He's invented a way to solve this problem using sound. Kem the Sound Master. We caught a pig and some piglets who ran away from a burned-out village. The glum and husky half-orc mumble softly. We put the piglets in a box and scare them a little. And the sound they make is just like an approaching demon horde. But the most important question is, of course, choosing the lead actor who will play the great Knight Commander. We had a Barney over it, breaking a number of lances as well as a shovel, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratches. But we just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us. We have 2 candidates that are most suited to the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism on the stage. Commander. Want to be played by a gnome and a cyclops actor. Yeah, again, not really feeling these responses for Emerylda. Doesn't care if they resemble her. We'll just ask about it. I'm to be played by a gnome? Not a gnome, 2 gnomes. Rumbledum and Hierophant are twins. One of them sits on the other's shoulders and puts on a long coat so they can play tall characters. They switch places every so often, so each gets their moment of fame. And that way they only have to each learn half of the script. A cyclops actor? He's completely tame, believe me. He has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We'll make him a nice costume, wash him up, brush his hair. Truth be told, in our show you would be mainly just make short heroic exclamations at the fateful moment, like onward, or we'll never give up, or my heart burns with courage. Lamkin can definitely handle the script. Do you have any other actors? We're a small and poorly funded theatre, and we only have a few actors, but they're all so talented. One of a kind. I've chosen the ones that are best fit for your role. Trust my vision. I have more than a few successful plays under my belt. Okay, I've made my decision. You're the director. It's your choice. Wonderful! Sorry we took you away from all the important things heroes and commanders do. We're off to rehearsal. I mean, first we'll wash some pots, then we're off to rehearsal. Let's go, you lazy lumps. Don't embarrass old grandma now. That was, interesting. I'm gonna recruit summoned earth elementals patrolling. That's kind of cool. A bit... Oh, I guess it wouldn't be summoned. So, summon spell only lasts minutes per level at max if you're a summoner or some archetypes. Usually they only last rounds per level, so the summons make very poor choices mechanically to patrol a perimeter. You can bind them, so there's planar binding and planar ally spells which allow you to either coerce or pay for the services of an outsider, so they'd be more likely to be bound or called allies rather than summoned elementals. Unless there's some sort of other magic that allows them to be more permanent. I think I know we've finished the perimeter. Oh, there we go, we got something here we haven't got to yet. Bit more money. Okay, finish the perimeter now. So we can't just walk out the edge by the looks of it. And we've got a few different tents to look at. What is this? I'm seeing Erebus. Oh, Erebus following me, of course. Okay, I think this is about where we started our perimeter run. Okay, let's go back into the middle and see what else we can find. What's this tent? The commander's tent. This is Emerylda's tent. What do we got in here? The Queen's in here. Leota Hawkblade. Who are you? My respect, Commander. I hope you'll be able to spare me some time after the formalities. Okay. Why have I got all these generic weapons in my tent? It's a bit of a waste, isn't it? Social. Oh, what's going on here? Well, I've just picked them up, and I'm just picking up all these random things. Okay, the rest of you can stay there. Who's Social? It's good to meet you, Commander. Queen Galfrey. The Queen greets you with a stare. She is the pompous air which she had just announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendeb appears calm and thoughtful. She's made a move and now awaits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds.
Okay. We're going to have a bit of a RTS or 4X style game here.
I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomedae herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation. A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Social Danik.
That's pretty exciting. So Nura Denduar ended up having a major role in our campaign, and she even ended up being run by one of the characters for a while. He really liked her and ended up playing her as his character for a fair chunk of the campaign. So basically I don't really remember. Assume he was in there, but we'll find out when I go through the book review, I suppose.
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomedae also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I don't remember him.
I wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Sure, Leota.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons. I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it.
So she was actually a traitor in the adventure path, so I wonder if they've gone that way. I've noticed they've been changing things around like that, and it feels like they've shifted the traitor role to Camellia when they killed off, I've forgotten his name now, the blind wizard. So yeah, they seem to be altering the characters a little bit, which is good. It means I don't know exactly what to expect.
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
I believe that's the cleric of Shaman. That's
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, her trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
Okay. What do we want to talk to her about? So, let's start with questions about our mission to retake Dresden. We'll deal with the business first, then we'll chat more. I have some questions about my mission to retake Dresden.
Of course. I shall answer.
What forces are at my disposal?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit.
Every army needs their pawns. Put them on the front line and get them killed.
These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
It has been decades and no one has managed to retake the city. What makes you think we're different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Kenabres. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Kenabres. We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
What about long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the Whirlwind forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed. The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened. The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the World Wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold, the very threshold of the Abyss.
How did the demons manage to conquer Dresden?
That's a good question. Its walls were built by dwarf craftsmen, and the power of the Sword of Valor protected the city. Alas, where raging hordes failed, a single lying tongue was all they needed to succeed. The demoness Minago convinced a young and ambitious crusader named Staunton Vane that the banner belonged on the battlefield. He went on a daring and unapproved raid, and the banner ended up in the enemy's hands. The city fell soon after. Ever since then, for 7 decades, it has served as a citadel for the forces of the Abyss.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Did you know that the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the wardstones? Well, probably. Why do you talk to the Queen about that? I actually want to know the answer to this, so I am going to click on it, but I don't believe this is a question that Emerylda would bother asking of a Queen Galfrey.
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first wardstone in Kenabres, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works.
So there's an interesting thing I haven't actually pointed out. Queen Galfrey's human, but yet the First Crusade was hundreds of years ago. So she's actually taking drunk from the elixir of life or something, I believe. So she has attained, if not more.
I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the wardstone in Kenabres and were able to save this gift of Iomede. It was a deed worthy of a knight commander of the Fifth Crusade.
Yeah, I can't remember if she has just extreme longevity or if she's actually immortal now. So, or if she has to keep drinking the potion. Something I hope that they tell us about and clear up in the game, just so I remember. You should know I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Kenabres. In a vision I saw the death of an angel called Lariel. Somehow he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the world wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel, even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on this special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
What are you going to do?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Not a very... Yeah, I don't like that response.
Of
I'm just going to
course.
ignore that. The task is clear.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable.
So she's been acting very casual and very non-commander-like this entire conversation. When you keep the conversation casual, she then made it serious on the end on asking that question, which is... it just felt out of character.
Count, there you are. You received my
Oh,
instruction.
don't tell me I have to keep him.
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, she has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
So, he doesn't hide his alignment like Camellia. Any paladin, of which there are hundreds, will know that this Count is evil. Why is she appointing him to this position?
It is a great honor, I suppose.
Great idea? No. Rather frivolous gesture for a queen? What a wonderful gesture, your majesty. He would have been inconsolable. I have no need of this advisor.
In that case, you may release the Count from his post as soon as I depart the camp. I imagine the public will be most disappointed. Why, news of the Count's appointment should have already reached the capital by now. All of
I guess we're stuck with Darren.
Society will be waiting with bated breath to see how dear Darren fares. Should he return in disgrace, having been jettisoned by the commander on his very first day in post, well, it will undoubtedly be the scandal of the year.
Why? Why are you appointing an evil Count to this role of advisor?
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
Unless she thinks he can be redeemed.
Then let's get going. May Ayomade help us.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, why Darren is being considered to be assigned to us. So that's our chest of treasures here. Well, let's take all these magical items back out. If we can't use them, we can sell them. Okay, now I think I saw a Nevia walk in. What are you doing here, Nevia? So tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard the rumours, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You've no idea what cobblers the Crusades say about you. Some say that Ayomade come to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died, and an honest-to-God's angel is now just leading the army disguised as you. Still others say it was just an explosion at an alchemist's lab, and I'm the one who's spreading rumours about your powers. I wish. But you know, you really have changed since the Grey Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kinda... And Nevia waves her hand, trying to find the word. Stronger. More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander. And by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies, and not us. Or to yourself. I have to go. Alright, you watch yourself now. Alright. Let's finish off this camp, and then we can wrap this up. So that's this room here. Leota still wants to talk to us. We've already been to Tirablade's tent. And that looks like the only tent that we could enter. So it's now just going to be a matter of searching this inner courtyard and see if there's anything, any treasure or loot. Who's this? Chapel tent. Let's Social. Let's have a chat to him.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
What are you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, the symbol of Shaman. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple, men and women, young and old. They all gaze back at you with radiance, happiness, and joy in their serene eyes.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help, and then they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on her way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Kenabres, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple.
I wonder if he'll come with us.
I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
So, should be sorry for the loss, I think. Yeah, that one's nearly a good response as well from Emerylda, but I think she would just be sorry for the loss. I am sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I will never forget that I owe them my life. Every minute of it, every breath that I take, is a gift they gave me. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
You wanted to discuss something with me, right?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Kenabres behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaman who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort. I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
We're going to reword this one a little bit. Who are you, and what are you capable of?
My name is Sozio Vanek. I am a cleric of Shaman, the Eternal Rose and the Goddess of Beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual war, though. Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy. I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander. We just have to. It is our destiny. My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
It was nice meeting you. Now I have to go.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
So that might give us a cleric that we can actually add to the party. That could be handy. Quite a big chapel. Serenray. Desna. What else? This is obviously going to be Owlcat up the back here. What's this one here? Oh, it's one of those sanctified temples. Glowing croissant. Is that a recipe, is it? Yep. That would be I can't remember the name. It's one of the awful good god of nature. Arastal, that's him. And this is Torag, surely. Yep. So they're all the good gods in here. I would have actually expected to see the god of commerce. What's his name? Abadar in here as well, because Abadar does have. Oops, I saw a bit of loot that I missed. Abadar does have clerics. I mean paladins. Even though he is a mercantile god and everything is done for profit, some paladins do actually serve Abadar. Okay, let's grab this loot here. Darren, I'm sure you're not happy. There you are. Let's leave him for later. Just gonna finish looking around this town, then we'll save it. Okay, so this is our healers. Yardo. There's a Visali. Well met, Commander. You've caused quite the stir. Everyone thought Kenabres was done for, but the gods had other plans. There was quite a blaze over the Grey Garrison. All the vermin running out with their tails between their legs. Okay, so we can sell our junk here. There's 614. And, oh, we got to go through all these. So let's sell guaranteed junk ones. So that would be stuff like just a cold iron, non-magical items. At this point, if it's not magical, it's probably not worth it. So let's get rid of all these masterwork things. 17 masterwork scimitars. It's just a quarterstaff. We're not selling radiance, that would be a big slip, wouldn't it? We'll hang on to that and that for now as well. And we'll hang on to those for now too. Okay. So we got a fair bit of... Wait, was that only 29,000? Well, we don't have much money at all. We do have a lot of... Oh, we'll get some more junk loot. What's this guy? The elf before you casually rests his bandaged arm on the weapon at his side. He bows his head with dignity. I congratulate you on your new rank, Commander. My hunt demanded that I travel with your army. Naturally, I wouldn't burden your forces with the need to care for an outsider. I provide for myself with all the necessities. Ah, this is the guy that was injured that warned us about the that other woman that was going to attack us. That ended up not attacking us, and we found her injured and we let her go. So that was him. We have a blacksmith here. So what are you selling, blacksmith? Just all cold iron stuff? Okay, yeah, which makes sense. Everything should be cold iron when you're here. Wilsa Garms. The burly soldier... Okay, didn't expect that. The burly soldier with an impressive beard greets you with a broad smile. Wilsa Garms, the camp quartermaster, at your service. How may I be of help? I saw you talking to the girl hiding her face. Who was she and what did she want? I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself. But I bet she's not part of our army. I know all our soldiers by name and by sight. Wilson frowns gloomily, his cordiality gone in an instant. She was looking for some elf volunteer. I wanted to know which tent he was sleeping in. At first I thought she was a messenger from Mendev. She definitely wasn't one of us, but now I see how it all looks mighty shifty. She was some sort of spy then. Okay, show me what you have. What do we have here? +2 spiked heavy shield. Yeah, we don't really need that, do we? +2 scale mail. Give us a 10% miss chance. A bunch of +1 weaponry. Yeah, lots of +1 weaponry. +1 full plate. Is that about it? And a ring of protection +2. Lesser gloves of dueling. Mithril chain shirt, +2 falchions, adamantine full plate. Now, I believe that's 3 for heavy armor, yeah. What's that cost? 18,000. Most of the money that we have, but still very nice. That's not too bad either. Black Dragon's Fang. What's that? A longsword. +3 corrosive longsword. Do 2d6 corrosive damage to all enemies in 30 feet. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Ceremonial Falcata. +4 morale bonus on all persuasion checks. Rock of Nature. +2 breastplate. +2 bonus against natural attacks. +3 tower shield. That's cool. Heals when you take a critical hit. Nimble edge. +1 speed S-stock. Amulet of Jousting. Amulet of Mighty Fists. Agile Fists. So that one we're going to grab just for our... Oh, actually, I don't know. I'm not going to grab it yet. We're not going to do any shopping or selling yet. We're going to just finish off looking around the camp. August is here. There you are. I've been waiting. As you see, I too have joined the crusade. I don't know how to swing the sword, but war is costly, and I have money. Besides, my intellect and business sense may prove useful even on the battlefield. Besides, I believe... August shifts awkwardly from foot to foot. I believe I owe you an apology. The way I behaved was rude, ill-mannered. You are an honest and honourable person. You have clawed your way up from the bottom of society to the title of Knight Commander, and you are friends with Queen Galfrey herself. Such persistence deserves respect. August tilts his head in a brief acknowledgement of your merits. Please allow me to give you this magic amulet from my humble personal treasury to mark our future cooperation. This is actually worth asking. What can you tell me about Count Daron Arende? He is a brilliant young man with a brilliant pedigree, and that story of his? The nobility is the glue that keeps our society together. I suppose that is why demons so often choose their estates as primary targets. Who would notice the demons' bloody massacres if they only slaughtered poor country folk? The Arende family shared the tragic plight of the Worms, along with many other members of the nobility. They fell victim to a treacherous attack during a major celebration taking place at their family estate. I hadn't received an invitation and was slightly insulted by the snub, but it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. The gods saved me from a terrible fate. All the guests died that day from a magical demonic disease. I sympathize with the Count deeply. He has endured so much, and it's no wonder he keeps himself aloof from me. I think this is due to the fact that August's worm's fate so resembles his own, and we both have to relive those horrible memories whenever we see each other. Okay. I have to go. I saw some treasure. Oh, there's some right there too. And this one here. Has Camellia got anything new to say? Not really. I did miss a box here. And what do we just see? Something here too. May Kenabres be damned. I'm not going to read that. That's a bit long to read. Sealer's over here. Have you got anything to say, Sealer?
Hello. So, what do you reckon about everything that's come crashing down on us? All the responsibility, command, this new power?
I haven't figured it out yet. We'll see what happens next.
Watching and waiting is a good strategy. Probably. I'm still frightened by what happened in the Grey Garrison. Were we really chosen? By Iomade herself? You know, back when I was a snot-nosed kid who just started down the path to becoming a paladin, I imagined once or twice that I was going to do something heroic. The lights would shine down on me, the trumpets would sing, I'd hear the voice of the goddess, or at least her herald, you know? I'd be informed that I had been chosen for a great cause. But that's the point where my imagination always failed me. Somehow, it really happened. Without all the trumpets or the herald or even anyone explaining what I had to do. Though it's clear as day, my place is here, in this demon-ridden wound. Quite a lovely war going on, in fact. Endless, I hear. I'm gonna need some time to wrap my head around this. Spare me an hour and I'll crawl into some dark corner and whine about my hard lot. What can I tell you? I cry easily.
Thank you for speaking with me. Until next time. Yes, there's a few other bits of dialogue with the other characters where we can ask them about how what they think of their newfound powers. We might do that next time. We got a couple of level ups to do. We have actually picked up Social as a character. So, what is he? He is just a cleric of luck and good. So just a cleric of Shaman with armor proficiencies. It's normal, selective channel, extra channel, and toughness. Shield proficiency is odd when he has a glaive. Oh no, sorry, that comes with being a paladin. The skilled trait. What skills is they giving him? Persuasion and law religion. And I guess we're going to have to work out his spells. Lots of prayers and lots of restorations. But being a cleric, he has access to every single spell, so we'll have to sort that out. But we might bring him along with us. He didn't pick up Mythic Power. Interesting. Oh, and we've still got a permanent negative level to solve on Emerylda. So there's a couple of things we need to do next episode, but we will, and speak to Hilo. We might go stand over here as well, so we remember to do that. Is that the one we had to do? And Leota. Okay, we're going to save it here. There's still a fair bit we have to do around this encampment. We've got some level ups to do, some gear distribution to do. It's going to take us a little while, so we'll wrap this up here. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe. And we'll probably also do a rundown video comparing the rest of the first book with the rest of how this adventure path went. So look out for that one, and please hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.